I wonder if I can hear myself. Hello? Alright, confirmed. I need to find a way to hear my hair. I need to get some headphones to lock in. So that I know I'm live. Cube's base? It is. Look. Does this look laggy? Or am I tripping? It's hard for me to tell because I'm not. The setup's kind of weird. So like, I'm using an HDMI cord to my main PC to pretty much be captured by OBS, so it's no resources on my system. And I have like two monitors now that I can kind of like look at everything, but it's weird. So we're gonna look at Windows, how it works inside of Qubesos. Qubesos isn't really as scary or daunting as people make it out to be. I think it's not only one of the most easiest operating systems to function on. I'm going to try to refrain from using the word distro because Qubesos isn't a distro. It is a obviously hypervisor, and the hypervisor is there to do all the controlling to make sure that you have a nice, secure sandboxed environment. There are some people that want to dual boot Windows with Qubesos. This is actually regarded as not a smart move from the documentation. The documentation pretty much states that it can reduce the security of it. So if you want to, you can run Windows inside of Qubes as something called an HVM. Now, an HVM is a little bit different than your standard VM. There are some limitations with it, and why should I or should I not port forward for I2P? Port forwarding for I2P is just really to help other people connect, but it's not needed because it's a protocol. It's kind of like a Monero node, like running a Monero node. Porting obviously introduce some form of risk to a certain degree, but it helps decentralize the network. So you by opening ports helps it work more efficiently. But you have to remember that it is a protocol, so it knows how to poke through your firewalls. It's like running a Tor relay. You don't have to open up any ports. Because like I could reach your website regardless of you opening ports anyways. Now, that I have a way to record Qubesos, I might do actually some videos on maybe some setups that I do, like how I personally do it, how I set up my my password and like containerize, like kind of like color code everything. Maybe if some people could leave comments on what confuses them the most about Qubes, what is what's making them not want to join the based Qubesos. Ooh, it's gonna be a second. 1 second. I lost power a couple times throughout the this week. Where is my console? Okay. You're gonna have to drop that website again in the chat. Oh, okay. I have a decent tunnel build success rate, about 30 to 40% based, as it should be. I should really start getting large pots of water before I do these, because water good. Yeah, once I get this up. Good. Running for. I forgot that because I kept losing power, so I forget that ITP doesn't start automatically. Ooh, we can see if we can get Danger Zone up and running too. Danger Zone is pretty cool. Very based if you're worried about getting the wrong file when you're surfing the dark net. So let's go with this. I hate Windows. English, please. What a bloated system. Wow, 30 minutes. 1 hour. God damn. I got damn near fast internet speed. What the fuck it gonna be doing? All right, we'll just let that download anyways. Now there is a weird thing that people maybe they don't. I don't think about it. Run Windows. It's on Qubesos. Yeah. Run Windows. We will once it fucking downloads. So that means we can open up the Tor browser using Unix based way. The based. We will once it downloads. I'm gonna do an HVM. HVMs are a little bit different. Windows is pretty bloated in the sense, and because it's super bloated, you have to give it memory, and you have to remove what's it called? You have to remove essentially balancing memory, because it will make it not have a good time. Essentially. Okay. Let's do that. People really want to use Windows. I think the thing is too is you should just, I mean, in reality, ditch Windows. But if you're going to use it, maybe there is actually, and also scripts apparently don't work, like, because there's no way to really verify like the de-bloated like Windows scripts from what the documentation tells us. Which is kind of interesting. So if it does, for whatever reason, they said that you can run scripts inside it and it should produce the same results. But I'm gonna get some water well. And the cool thing is I can check on this. God damn. Around 30 minutes. Maybe I should have pre-downloaded. I ain't never seen this shit download so slow before. Probably because it's Windows and it's infecting my PC right now as we speak. So I guess we'll look at some based Tor stuff. Yeah, it's weird. Weird too. Because I always want to touch this, but it doesn't let me. It's always up here. You have to kind of like you have to like relearn some stuff when you're using Qubesos. We could do Danger Zone too. While we wait. Danger Zone. It's in the beta though. You want to try the stable Danger version, which uses containers instead of virtual machines for isolation. Please just allow the Fedora or Debian instructors as needed. Wow. Container based. Well, this is based on Fedora right here. I wish I would have had this huge brain. I'm torting over ITP Snark. Pretty good experience. Yeah. That was... besides RSC, that was one of the main points of it. Fronting is illegal though, so be careful. You are committing crimes against our beloved Sony. All right. So Danger Zone is really based. You can use it essentially on Tails. You can use it on Fedora. You can use it on Debian, other Linux distributions. You can build from source. Qubesos, however you want to do it. And this is why I say when people think that Qubes is super, super resource heavy, you know, again, they've never used it. Where is it? So if you look at the resources right over here, I'm using the heaviest user is going to be DOM0, one of them. One of the heaviest consistent users is DOM0. It's because it's doing all the work. But CPU, 1%, 2%. Not everything is going to be running either. Like my sysnet, my sysUSB, sysunix, and then work is using the most resources right now. So I should put it to work because it's using more resources. I got to abuse my Qubesos machine. It's super based, super cool. So install in Fedora. Now I'm going to show you how to copy commands. It's relatively easy actually. Once you get the hang of it, once you get the hang of how Qubesos works, your flow will be like very nice. Now it doesn't have to be. If my volume's too loud, guys, and I'm yelling and I'm projecting, let me know. I won't care, but just let me know. Let me see if I can. Is that stop it? No. Yep. Okay. There's my limiter. I couldn't find out where my limiter was. How does just opening the file into disposable cubes compare to using Danger Zone? So disposable cubes Qubesos is sandboxed in general. So you are likely safe, but sandbox escaping is relatively a real thing. So it kind of just depends on your threat model. Disposable cubes are still, it actually acts as a disposable cube. You can actually set up Danger Zone we'll explain it, but it kind of like opens a disposable cube. If you do it, I think the cubes route, if I'm not mistaken. So you take potentially dangerous PDFs, Office documents, image, and convert them to safe PDFs. Provides public good, avoids network access because documents are sanitized in a sandbox with no network access. So if malicious documents can open one, it can't let anyone know. So this is like taking like an extra step. It's like, you know, getting an STD test on the hooker and still wearing a condom, if that's the easiest way for you to understand. And it removes malware. Danger destroys malware by rendering your documents into pixels in a secure sandbox and reconstructing it locally as a PDF. So bye-bye. So Danger Zone works like this. You got a document that you don't know if you can trust, for example, an email attachment. Inside of a sandbox, Danger Zone convinced the document PDF if it isn't already one, and then it converts the PDF into a raw pixel data and a huge list of RGB color values for each type page. Then Danger Zone takes the pixel data and converts it back into a PDF. But I believe in Qubesos, it does it in a virtual machine. It makes it a disposable. How can a document be dangerous? This goes over it. Like all software, it's possible Danger Zone, and more importantly, the software relies on, like LibreOffice, Podman, and security bugs. Malicious documents are designed to target specific pieces of software. For example, Adobe Reader on Mac, it is possible that some software could craft a malicious document that specifically targets Danger Zone itself. An attacker would need to chain these exploits together to do it, and it's open source. But I think you can open up Danger Zone you can then OCR those screenshots to get the text out of them. Danger Zone lets you clean PDFs. It basically screenshots each page and creates it. Yeah, essentially. So it like deconstructs it and then reconstructs it in the pixel sense. So with this is the only thing I don't like, is this. I wish it would just kind of like snap to the corner. You got to kind of like do this. But here is, say, like my personal Fedora install, and I want to copy something. You have to remember that doing that has some security risk to it. It's not inherently very common, but there is a risk of copying stuff off one thing and pasting it into the another, because you don't know, if you might not know what you're copying, and it could be malicious. So keep that in mind. So you pretty much do Control Shift C, and you're going to see right here the global clipboard. Clipboard fetched from the cube, a non-Unix, copied 104 bytes. You can actually limit the amount of information that's copied to the clipboard too, to tighten the security so that it's not copying large files. And then you're going to go in scope where you need to, Control Shift V, it's now copied to my personal, and then you just do Control V, Control V, or paste. So, warning, potentially unsafe paste. Pasting this text to the terminal may be dangerous. It looks like some commands may be excluded, potentially involving root, sudo. If you trust it, you shouldn't. You can just do it yourself. You could type all the commands out yourself, but I'm lazy. And I've installed it before. And then you just install it. Now, the actual way to do this would be to do this in the template, because the template isn't your main system. So if this was compromised for whatever reason, it's actually better to do it inside a template, apply it to the template, and, well, first off, it's actually better to do it in a temporary VM to make sure that it's like everything is solid, and then do it in a template, and then take the template and convert it into an actual application with it. So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to press no. No danger zone. So this is how you would do it. You would open up a template. So right here, here's the template. That is based on Fedora 42 XFCE. I open up my template. It's going to take a minute to start. Sorry, wrong terminology. I mean seed. Can I reseed while downloading my torrent? Oh, can you seed? No, but once you are done torrenting, once you're done, it's done downloading, it generally will automatically start seeding, depending what software you're using. So here is where I would grab the command or type it out. I got to do, so you got to do kind of like Control Copy, Control Shift Copy. You can change the you can actually change the hotkeys to make it more simple if you want, and then Control Shift V. I've just used it so much, I'm good. Now it's not letting me because it's sensitive information, and it's going to give me this warning still. So there we go. Now we're gonna install it. Now you have to restart your cubes in order to essentially apply this. So this is a safer way to do it because there's nothing if there's anything personal in your main virtual machine, it could be malicious, and you don't want it to do that. You want to do it inside the template first, and you could even do it in a disposable template to make sure that everything checks out. You can go through your software signature, verifying like signatures, verifying danger zone GPG keys, and then once you're comfortable, you would put it in a template, and then you would run it on. You would move the software to the main system. And I will say one of the biggest issues that people do run into that's kind of tedious is updating your templates when they reach end of life, like Fedora 42 to Fedora 50. Fedora 43. So just keep that in mind. Damn, Windows is moving slow. Motherfucker feels like 40 minutes and that shit turns into an hour still. Damn, this shit might take a minute too. Everything takes so long to download. And then we can even create while we're waiting. You can even create like different services. Like if you want a new cubes, you go here. While that's down, while this is downloading, man, my internet is not looking sexy right now, even though it's fucking generally fast. That should speed up. I'm tripping. So in order to do this, you go to settings, create new cube. You can do, this is where you can back up your cubes. This is next test game, gaming Roblox on cubes. Hell no. I wouldn't play Roblox. I don't want to be labeled as a as a PDF file. So backing up your cubes is pretty simple. And then you have create new cube. You can do it as a standalone VM. You can pick your base template. You can do it as an application, a template man. Here's your template. You can clone your new templates from an existing one. You can do it as a standalone, and then or you can do it as a disposable. And you can even pick the network. You can pick it to have no network. You can have it to have sys firewall. You can even pick the Unix gateway to be your main network. So if you want a little bit more privacy, it's kind of there. Then on the other services, you have the policy editor, you have the menu settings, you have the template manager. This is where you can install other templates that exist, like community templates. Like this is where you can get the Gen 2, Alpine, Kick Secure. If you're a Kick Secure fan, don't worry, you can open the Roblox PDF files in Danger Zone. True. Like these are like community ran, so some are very cool because like this is how I got exposed to Kick Secure. Kick Secure is kind of cool for what it does. Then there's if you want to need an older version of Debian, etc., etc. And then template switcher. This is where you would switch, you would upgrade. So right here, Fedora 42. So say everything is run 43. You would update this would come up as Fedora 43, and then you would switch it to the Fedora 43 XFCE. There's a really good, Cubes has a really good documentation on how to like update your templates to the latest version. I generally do this. I do the updates. Cubes pretty much tells you right here, launch update. And then it'll be like yes, maybe. Always update, especially DOM 0. So you'll get that little reminder. You can just exit out of that. Because it's funny. I was downloading this over Wi-Fi and I was like, oh, that's going to take too long. And then, Windows in general, I was like, oh, that's going to take too long. I'll just do it on stream when I get home. And motherfucker posted like, yo, I'm going to take forever. So maybe it's just terrible to download. We are getting there though. 42 minutes. That's the one that always fucks me up. Beautiful. Malware file, Free Epstein PDF. Just to clear, I'm a leecher until I have the torrent. Oh. fully downloaded, then I can be a seeder. Yeah, you leach. You start leaching, and then you don't have to seed, but that would make you a terrible person. But again, it depends um, which torrent client you're using. Mine, I just auto seed. Wow, that's funny. Someone's actually just posted about seeding. Shit. Fan for real. I use ITP Snark, the one bundled with ITP Java. Boo, Java by the way. Um, fan. True. Oh, critical arrow timeout has reached. HTTP mirrors. Damn you, Fedora. Another reason I hate you. I can get that out of there. All right, we can read some schizophrenic, very enjoyable people on the internet. Now, getting ITP to work on Qubesos is file Jeffrey Epstein. ITP work on Qubesos is kind of a headache. You got to use the Unix gateway, and it's somewhat of a nightmare. No bueno, essentially. buffering. Yeah, for real. All right. We can go to. Let's see. gonna do it that way. Apparently, I can't spell today. Yo, Unix patches VM fingerprinting flaw. I just can't spell. Did you sinkhole or tunnel the DNS in Cube's firewall? 95% copying ISO to file USB. Did you sinkhole or tunnel the DNS in Cube's firewall? What do you mean? Molvad has a good guide on it because it's possible to get caught from the DNS leak. Oh, you're talking about how to like set up like Molvad. Are you talking about like how to set up Molvad with cubes? Yeah, we could. $95% copy. You can use any provider. It doesn't. Oh, yeah. I haven't. I actually haven't set up my VPN yet through Cubes yet. I'm thinking about doing Portmaster. Osin Fufa. I'm giving a little bit of time. I want to use Portmaster's safing. They're supposed to be working a little bit on it over the next couple months. And I think that is going to be a really cool option as long as they accept Monero and they have continue to have a good track record. Because I think Safing's multi IP address like per application is pretty sick. It just got bought by IVPN. I was like not a fan with that. I thought they were going to sunset it, but I listened to like the recent podcast with the Hated One with him, interview like that he did with the Hated One, and I was like, okay, that's good that they didn't abandon it, and it's good they're going to put more time and money into it. There are some things that I didn't like, but if it improves and it gets better over the next couple of like months, that would probably be something that I would like to test inside of Cubes. But if I don't like it, I would probably just do Molvad again because I've done Molvad before in Cubes and it's fine. Yeah, I gotta go to the Onion site, guys. This is the most secure way to visit any darknet site. There actually is. You can actually also get Buzzkill to work in Qubesos too. Like there's a guide on there on how to get it to kind of like wipe your system or lock it at least if it gets disconnected. I need to test that out on next. I'm gonna do some testing on that. Nickname Mulvad, the Koki, yeah. Yeah, Mulvad's interesting. But if it was any other provider, there's not really too many providers I would pick over Mulvad, to be completely honest. I think they're. I would never tell someone to go use one based on like my thoughts, but they're relatively the best that I've come across for what they do, and the price is there. I mean, it's not just about the price; it's also like the integrity of the company. Let's look. Search. News. Tools. Search. Or if the abstract rabbit video they used to paste bulletin boards all over the New York. Surprised they have that much money. I mean, they've been. Mulvad, I mean, they've been in business for a long time. Their operational cost is probably. They probably. They're. It's kind of like too to Noda. When I was listening to their interview, they didn't take out a lot of debt, if that and venture capital money, and when you don't spend money on advertising for very long, it kind of pays for itself. And actually, I'll even say this: physical advertising, because I saw Mulvad advertising when I was on vacation, just out in the wild, and I was like, it's probably cheaper now to do physical advertising like that than digital, because companies want to do their due diligence and get their return on their monies. And I believe I looked up one time that billboards aren't really that expensive. Like, it's not expensive to do billboards. Oh, were you talking about Portmaster? Or IVPN? IVPN's another one. They're good. IVPN is pretty cool as well. XMPP based. Oh, Mulvad. Okay. Qubesos based. Save some resources. This thing's still going. This thing is still updating. This might not even update. Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot. I need storage. So actually, learning moment. Settings. So you can actually increase the storage and pretty much everything. So you would go to your app, settings, and then you go to here. So max memory is here. You got kernel options, virtualization. You can actually, this is where you would switch it to like an HVM. Device, basic. Right there, persistent private storage max. So I think, let's say 15 gigs. You apply it and then hit OK. And then you should be good. Lumo from Proton and Koki from Maldad. Oh, okay. Lumo's cool. I used it once. It was a neat idea. The problem with it is like, my issue is like Proton. I mean, Proton's better than Gmail. Let's get that out of the way. But I'm not a fan of how much company. I like competition in the privacy space because I fear that they'll do what Google started off as, don't be evil, and then get bought out, and then become evil. They had ads on all the buses and trains at the same time for at least like a year. Oh, nice. That's pretty awesome. I like seeing privacy products deliver ads, actually, like in real life, like a normal person, because you can. The difference is you can ignore those ads. My Proton mail got spammed with bots like crazy compared to any other service. Again, I think, yeah, Proton is doing a good service towards it in pushing other privacy email providers to get their shit together. But yeah, I never got spam because I use email aliasing for everything. But Tutanode is nice. I like Tuta. I like Tuta better for a couple reasons, but I have my personal reasons, but if someone was like gun to my head, Gmail or Proton, I would pick Proton. Proton looks nice. And people like complain about the cost, but like for $10, you get a drive, like 10 or 12 bucks or whatever, or like $100 a year, $102. You get a drive, you get a calendar, you get this. I mean, it's really a good value. For people that just want an alternative to Gmail and be able to leave, being able to exit to something. Some people want everything in one app, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not like one of those people who's like, as long as it's if it was bad security and everything, if it was far off for security, then I wouldn't be like, well, pick it anyways. It's Google, because that's retarded. But I do get some emails sent straight to spam with Tutanota, and I get some Tutanota haters that do not like Tutanota, so they will reject. They will reject my email, but other than that, it's very rare. Come on, Danger Zone. Quit being a bitch. Alright. Feather Wallet based. You can actually get Feather Wallet working on cubes pretty easy. Our favorite email, cock. I do want to check this grams out. I don't like Star Page though. Every time I come across them, I don't like them. And then Torval. Love these names. Hidden Bitcoin Wiki. Love these names too. The ads are always the best. Do you own a dark website and add it to LinkDR? Grams. I don't know what grams is. Government secrets. For the word blog. Wolf Hacker Group, Bank, Western Union, credit cards. We solve your financial problems. The Hidden Wiki, the next best place to get all of your information. Anyone know grams is still up? I forgot about this. Move over and put down honey, like a honey pot. I don't think it's a honey pot. I think the most advanced crypto stealer. I always want to go on these sites. I can actually open this up in a disposable VM too. Advanced. The most advanced. Find about similar mode, simple mode, videos. Spread the file, upload the virus on the internet, and select as many crypto users as possible. If you don't know how to spread, then you should buy our crypto spreading guide. Include free of charge, 5 methods included. So they want you to download a file to know how to do this. That's funny. Let them deal crypto. All the victims have to do is copy the crypto address in the clipboard, and our stealer will replace your address instead, without them noticing. They will result him. This will result him in pasting your address instead, and make the payment to you. I mean, if you did this in Monero, I guess. Let them deal. Let them deal. BitConnect. The most advanced altcoin stealer on the market. Antivirus bypass. FUD. 100% hidden. Private key stealer. Online logs panel. The builder. Shit's probably doesn't. Simple mode. We build build the file with your address. Simple mode changes any copied BTC address. Yeah, of course they can. You know what's funny is they can just like do a video of it working, like just faking it on the video. Them showing a video doesn't mean anything. I love these. Reminds me of when I used to like just click on random links with no thoughts on the family computer. You know what I mean? Oh. Oh, I think this is it. Hacker Man. The Matrix, very nice to read. How to exit the Matrix, verifying PGP signatures in praise of Hala. Terrific strategies to apply social media marketing approach. You can learn social media marketing approach from the Hidden Wiki guys in the Big 2026. Torn is about done downloading. Base. Now you can seed and not be a leech. I enjoy all my seeders. Seeder Gang. This is brought to you by Seed Gang. Spreading seed since 2006. Ooh. The original card store. I love it. Would you guys trust this site to do the right thing? It's very interesting. We accept Bitcoin, Monero, USD, and other cryptocurrencies. And for orders over 750, we accept any Bitcoin escrow that do not require KYC. We also accept ePayCore. Using rats to get cards. Wow, we can learn. The learning channel is always the best. What if the blog is a rat? Alright, I gotta grab some real quick. Do. Alright. I've officially begun seeding based, as you should. A remote administration tool, RAT, is a typical type of software that allows individuals to remotely control and manage computer systems from a distance. RATs are typically used in legitimate purposes, such as IT support, system administration, and remote troubleshooting. However, they can be also exploited by malicious actors for unauthorized access to computers, choosing the RAT. Select a powerful and discrete remote administration tool that offers a wide range of features: remote control, surveillance, such as keyloggers, screen captures, file transfer capabilities. Ensure the rat is undetected by antivirus software and firewalls to avoid arousing suspicion. Just find all these retards that use like Windows 7 still, unironically, or Linux Mint. Exploit common vulnerabilities such as ignorance, gullibilities, complacency. Manipulate users into following your deception. Just pretend to be an AI woman, guys, online, and exploit people that are alone. That's where you're gonna start. Once the user has unwittingly installed the client containing the rat, establish a connection to their device and going in full remote access into their system without their knowledge or consent. Yeah, it's illegal. Sell the harvest data such as login credentials, buy goods with a credit card. Conceal your identity by location by using the anonymous tools such as VPNs, proxies, and Tor to mask your digital footprint. Wow, very base that they're giving step-by-step instructions. Well, interesting. Okay. What was the name of that one skits site? I'm never gonna find this blog. There was this blog that it was called Tinfoil Hat on Tor that I would find all the time, and it would have the most craziest takes. It was super awesome. Let's see where Windows is at. Nice. We're halfway there, and it's going faster. Hell yeah. It's seating time. Let's see if we can do this.
love these sites. 30-day free trial of NordVPN from Privacy Savvy. The dark net of Reddit.
I love these. They're amazing.
I just want it to burn straight. Alright, we're halfway there. Did it go up?
Be sick.
Be based, actually, if we could get the super cool hardware wallets adoption in the based Monero ecosystem. But X for doubt. Alright, so this is apparently called 10 Temerus. It seems like they have, in general, the front page 3,000 users, 200 threads, 40 communities. AI accounts, free thinkers. Long live liberty, Busso Chara, anti abortion group. What the fuck, whatever. Jobs for crypto. Amazon Market. I always like finding these like fringe boards that someone is paying to keep up. Things AI can't do. Get your shit. Celebrity Twitter accounts. Can you tell me interested? What do you mean? Very interesting. Oh yeah, I love these. Find a hacker. These are the best. Are you using Tor to download those? No. I don't use the Unix gateway. I think it's just because it's in its nature for cubes to hate me right now. Hire a hacker for mobile phones, email accounts, social media. We sell stolen Bitcoin wallets. Motherfucker almost done. JK. It keeps getting bigger, dog. This is a reason to invest money into fiber. Fiber gang. Yo, it keeps going up and then down. It goes down and then it keeps going up. God, if I was using Tor, it'd be probably worse. All right, 30-minute left. Ooh, wow. I just found something. It's on GitHub, though, so. Later, Billy. Nope, that's not it. There we go. What up, Jay? So, Cloak is the first publicly available knowledge base on criminal concealment measures. Cloak is the result of a qualified scientific research that has been inspired from the famous MTR attack trademark framework. Cloak has been developed by analyzing over 200 operational security OPSEC guides from the clear and dark web. Cloak's main objective is to contribute to the combating cybercrime better, and have been made publicly available to allow for improvements to be made together with the cybersecurity community. Cloak's initial version, 2025, already identified 13 tactics, 109 techniques, and 679 sub-techniques, 586 procedures, which comes down to a total of 1.387 unique TTPS for interactive version of Cloak. Please see the OPSECtechniques.com. Technical TPBs have been marked red for behavioral, orange behavior for TPB orange, and physical. Oh, I don't like that. Cloak. Oh. Thoughts are depreciated. What's up, Billy? What's good? This is Qubesos. Finally got it working. Now it's based. Based on what? Actually, what's my run right now? All right, unbased. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this download, and I will be back tomorrow after I do some more downloading, because this is going to take a while to configure. I didn't think it was going to take this long. But I'm going to download it, and then I'm going to live stream tomorrow night and get it running much more based, much more cool, so that people can see Windows being used in a virtual machine. I appreciate everyone stopping by. Thank you. Don't forget to comment below your favorite vegetable, and also to walk your snail. If you don't, 1,000 years of bad luck. I will haunt you in your dreams later.
I know. Well, have a different